Hey, Will. Thank you
Hey,
so
mate.
much for joining me today and for sharing your story, man.
That's all right.
All right. So, first off, can you tell me about your experience with retroactive jealousy and how it impacted your life and your relationships?
Mm, I've been experiencing RJ, not just RJ, but OCD from a very young age. And it manifested in different themes. And one of them that it did manifest in was RJ. I got my heart broken when I was 14 years old, 15 years old by a girl that I loved. And after that, the OCD slash RJ, same thing, really took a hold of me and grabbed me by the balls and took me for a long ride up until the age of 34 now. So here I am. It took me 20 years, 19 years to finally get some help, and it's all thanks to this guy. And that's the honest truth from my heart that I finally starting to feel peace in my life. Finally, not just RJ, all the things.
Wow, amazing, man.
Yeah,
So, can you
bro.
tell us more about what your symptoms were like? What were you experiencing?
Mm, nightmare, man. Fucking hell. Excuse my language. Paranoia. Um, Insanely paranoid, borderline, primitive, homicidal, borderline thoughts of which then fed into my harm fears, which then fed into my it just sort of went one tentacle to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. And then the reason why I hate RJ so much is because of the paranoia it makes you feel. It makes you feel like a psycho because you feel these overwhelming feelings of jealousy, which don't resonate true to your heart and they're not familiar to you. So you go into this absolute dark spiral. So every relationship I went into, I would always avoid them. It was the main thing I would avoid. Every other theme, I would go around knives, I would go around um, all my other fears because there was not that much fear, but RJ always was the most painful and excruciating to deal with those very distorted emotions that weren't true to myself.
Mhm.
Really intense, dark, hellish feelings that I wish upon not even my enemy, but I feel much better now, so it's okay. Uh,
Yeah. Wow, man. Amazing. So, can you
yeah,
tell a bit about what your experience was like working with me, being in the RJ
yeah,
OCD recovery group, and using the resources there?
yeah. So I've tried everything. I went through naturopaths, mainstream doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, all sorts of alternative therapies. I even poisoned myself with a South American tree frog called Cambo. I threw up in front of a bunch of neighbors to purge my body of toxins. I've done microdose psilocybin. I've done a whole bunch of shit that absolutely did, I would say, a smidgen um, of what I've received working with you in terms of emotional well-being and mental clarity and mental well-being and emotional well-being. So I found you online. At first, I was hesitant. I'm like, what's this guy gonna do? Just another coach? What the hell does he know? I've been through it all. So in my absolute complete dark neurosis, I was very pessimistic, cynical, and had very dark and negative thoughts on the world and everybody around me. And I lost complete faith in society. And then I found Alex. And then because my relationship was so on the edge and dark because of my constant obsessions, I said, what have I got to lose? My chick said to me, yep, why don't you give him a go? First day I met him, Alex, you can vouch for me, right? I was a mess.
Yeah.
Like, look at me now. And then when we first started speaking,
Oh, it's night and day.
dude, I wanted to cry all the time. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to listen to music. I was just anxious all the time.
Mhm.
And then I went to Alex with a partially open mind. I've always had one, but it was partially open with Alex because I was so skeptical. I was so tired of being let down, so tired of being given shit advice that gave me nothing in return. But, no, I'm not going to be completely negative, but, I got some beautiful gems from people, but, not enough to get me out of the hell I was in.
Mhm.
And then from the first day I met Alex, I just knew it resonated with my heart. And I just said, this guy knows what he's talking about. So we haven't looked back now. It's been 6, 7, 8 months. What? 9?
Yeah,
Yeah.
8 months. Yeah. So,
And every session got better and better. And then not only that, not only did you understand me, not only was your information helpful and useful and very deep, very deep. Um, you're very intellectual, you're very intelligent, and you explain things in a way that are very simple, but very, very deep and profound. Even for someone like me that's a true seeker, that's delved deep into esoteric and occult knowledge and trying to understand myself and evolution, the world, the universe, how everything operates, so the way you explained it was just so simple, easy, and resonates,
mhm.
you know? So, but the game changer was when we started with the no matter how much cognitive stuff we worked on, like doing my meditations, affirmations, um, Wim Hof breathing, cold showers, etc., and the limbic training. It wasn't up until I started taking my supplements and shifting my diet and combining positive thinking that we've worked together all together that I started feeling better.
Yeah, so it was that comprehensive approach, the diet, the emotions, the mind, the mental, right? All of that helped
Yeah.
benefit you over 8 months. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is, people know about this. They call it the holistic approach. A lot of people go to naturopaths for that. But in my honest opinion, even the naturopaths, even their institutions that they go and learn for have been corrupted by the medical establishments, which have like falsified clinical trials just for the profit of making money through big pharma medications. They've even gone into the supplement medication. So supplement world. So what I'm saying is, I think that even that's been riddled by people with nefarious intentions. So working with you was going into the holistic world, but with people that actually want to see you get better and actually have targeted scientific information with proof that actually bears results once you start doing it. I was spending thousands of dollars with the other people. I wasn't getting the results that I was seeking, and it was a lot of money. I was still unwell. You still have to work to make the money, and then you have to pay these supplements that are giving you barely much in return. You know,
Mhm.
it's not fair. And I really feel like it's been designed that way to keep us unwell. That's my opinion. And
Yeah.
that's just my opinion.
That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your honest feeling. So you just mentioned that things really started to change quickly for you when we got you
Yeah.
doing the mineral bouncing program. Can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit
Absolutely.
more about what that was like for you and how it benefited you?
Yeah. At first, I was skeptical because I've been let down so much. But once I started and I continued with the first 2 weeks, I noticed that there was a slight decrease in my intrusive nature of my thoughts. The punch was less aggressive. I think we all know, everyone watching this, what it's like when you get an intrusive thought and your body just sends you that jolt that feels so intense. That started to diminish slowly. And then now it's been about 3, 4 months, given that I obviously have been steady with it and consistent. So this week is the first week in 8 years that I work 6 days. Um, I work 6 days. I worked about a 50-hour week. I feel amazing today. I have I'm in a pretty decent mood. Um, I'm tired, but I feel normal, tired, but good. Like I could go to the gym now if I wanted to. Imagine me telling you that even 2 months ago. I wasn't even allowed to train. That's why I've deflated. But my missus, I've never seen a smile on her face this big. She's actually come into her feminine now. Before I was like, respect me, respect me. Like it was as we said, my ego was on steroids, but I was unwell. My biochemistry, my body was sick, you know. When your body's sick, you're thinking sick. Now I don't even try. I just be myself. I'm calm, I'm relaxed. I snap it sometimes, but I'm not perfect. But with that being said, after my little snap, we stop, we talk, and we communicate like adults. Before I'd go on these um, raging escapades, and absolutely destroy the harmony in my relationship and the balance and the peace. and the energy in my house. So now, yeah, just, like I'm testament to what's possible. I would have considered myself on the severe end of the spectrum of OCD because I had it from a very young age when I lost my dad. It triggered it off, the trauma. And then you combine in with that party, drugs, alcohol, poor diet, traumas in relationships, traumas in life. You don't treat it, you don't look after yourself. Given I was always exercising, but what's the point of stressing your body if you're not nourishing it, you know? So then the depletion went further down, tattoos, heavy metals, um, you know, so yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. So, yeah, it's definitely amazing what's possible when we get your chemistry balanced and we give you the specific supplements and diet to nourish you and get your chemistry how it's supposed to be optimal,
I
right?
think it's the first thing that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Before they even talk to you, just like get them to do a hair test, come back to you in 2 weeks so they can be more calm, balanced, focused, and understand what it truly feels like to be in their body. I know that takes a while, but even after 2 weeks, you'll start to see a change, It'll just enhance your therapy, it'll enhance your sessions with your coach, it'll enhance your sessions with you, it'll enhance your relationships, it'll enhance everything, and then you can be more balanced and focused now.
Mineral balancing is the best. Yes.
Yeah, I used to doubt you, but I think I 100% agree. And this is only the beginning, I'm still obviously my body's still unwell, So if this is only the beginning, I'm so excited at what's possible. And I think it's been designed this way, our food's poisoned, our air's is poisoned, water's poisoned. So, you know,
Mhm.
scientifically proven, of course.
Yeah.
And the body's everyone's going to have different symptoms, unfortunately or fortunately, because I have gained a lot of insight and knowledge and wisdom over this experience. But mine manifested as OCD and chronic fatigue syndrome because of the deficiencies in my body. And some people, like my best mate, has Crohn's disease. My other mate has thyroid issues. Everyone's got something. Go find me somebody that hasn't got an illness or some sort of like ailment that's really like plaguing them every day on a daily basis, and they're going dependent on some sort of like medication or so.
It's true. Are there any other ways that your life or your relationships have changed after all the healing that you've done?
Yeah, my mum came and stayed with me for 2 months. I never loved my mum so much in my life. It makes me want to get a bit emotional when I think about it. um she's always tried so hard to be, she's been such an amazing mother, and I've always been in my head, anxious, ruminating, and angry. And the only thing I ever wanted to do was stay on my phone, find instant gratifications, go online dating, go on this, do that, talk to girl, do like just anything I could do, go with my mates, go out, eat fast food, go to the clubs, just anything I could do to distract myself whilst all the people that love me deeply were around me. And I thought they were all the problem, but really the problem was within me. And my mum was here for 2 months and my partner, and the love that was in the house was palpable. you know it was just it just took me to another level of my healing, and the love I feel for my mum now is so much deeper than it's ever been. And I've always wanted to experience that, but I couldn't do it because I just had blocks in my body, my mind, my heart, everything. And she truly knows now that I love her, and that's all that matters to me, because I used to argue with her all the time, really bad. And so now I'm so grateful that I'm on this path.
And you've got her on a mineral balancing protocol too now,
Oh,
right?
I got my missus on one, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's much happier too. I don't think she was as plagued by the imbalanced biochemistry as I was, but she's so much happier and sprightly, bubblier, you know, less in her head.
Mm.
She had a very bad child also, like when the results came back. She has magnesium shells, calcium shells, all types of shells, and lows and highs and metal poisons. Yeah, so I'm interested to see what mine comes back with this week. It's the second one I'm going to be doing. So
Fantastic, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Is there
yeah.
anything else that you'd like to share or say to someone who might be struggling with RJ or OCD and wants to
Yeah.
heal?
Yeah, I do actually. I've suffered from a very young age, extremely bad. When I say bad, I mean like, some people say that heaven and hell's a mind state. If heaven and hell's a mind state, I was chilling with the devil, smoking cigars on a daily basis. I've been in the depths of the depths, and only until I found this man here did my life change completely. He has a whole holistic approach. He's down to earth, he's loving, he's kind, and he listens to you. And sometimes it's nice to even just vent, and he'll be there for you. But once you combine that with the mineral balancing, my life has changed. And honestly, I'm so grateful and I thank God, Jesus, every day that I came across you. So, and I really tell you this every time. So, so yeah, if you're suffering, if you're stuck, there's other coaches I used to work with. They work with Stoicism and all these other philosophies, CBT, ERP. It's all bullshit. If your body's stuck, if your body's sick, if your biochemistry is out of whack, your mind's out of whack. Don't let these people milk you anymore. Get your body well, get your mind well, and then you'll be back on track. If anything, once your body starts to feel better, your mind starts to do the work the way it's meant to do it. It starts to operate efficiently and properly the way God designed it. You're not broken. You just need the right tools and the right guidance.
Wow. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.